is a pain in the butt. You hit your ball in the trees and then you lip out the putt. But if you've got a little time, then come and spend it with us. Cause now you're listening to The Rough Cut.
Hello, and welcome to the Rough Cut Golf Podcast.
Okay.
Do you like that?
There was a lot of hellos in there.
Pete's not doing his triple hellos anymore. He goes straight into just a hello. Which
Yeah,
I think's not as interesting.
I kind of liked it more when he was doing the screaming thing because it's such an easy short clip to make.
Power of three, that was some English language, like...
Yeah.
A
tricolon of greetings.
There you go.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Are you in a cult? What the hell was that?
Yes. Why not?
I'm just really passionate about the English language.
I just love semicolons.
I'm
I do
a
love
bit
a
scared
semicolon.
that we're in a new office now. So if Pete does his screaming thing, there's genuinely a chance someone will burst in to save us.
Yeah, I think, weirdly, the soundproofing in here from when the painter was in here playing music compared to being sat out there, I thought it was quite good. I didn't think it was blasting out. It's through that door, which is straight into the corridor, which might be the problem.
Yes, my vision for this back wall is for there to be some sort of curtain.
Okay.
Which would have, first of all, provide us with some soundproofing.
Yeah.
And second of all, provide us with some consistent colour and vibe.
Uh-huh. I think if we accompany up Pete's like screaming hellos with the thudding of the dartboard, which is also on the same wall,
Oh my God.
people definitely will be concerned.
The dartboard is getting so much action. I thought this the other day. The dartboard is going to become what the simulator once was.
Oh, 100%.
It's not. It's going
And it's easier.
It's so much easier because the simulator is now upstairs.
Yeah.
So we have to go get the clubs, walk up the stairs, or get in the lift, get the keys, go and get. Whereas here it's like, do you fancy a quick?
Well, and it's
301.
Turn on the foresight, turn on the projector, log
yeah.
into the laptop, get into FX Play. This is turn on the light.
And connect it to your
And
phone.
get into your phone and get the Omni scoring system up.
Yeah, thanks Target Darts.
Yes. This is so much more tempting because you could just be, does anyone want water? And then I'll head out and just
you walk past it,
do you know what? I'm just going to grind for a bit. And do you know what? I am getting much, much closer to hitting the dartboard.
The thing with all the colours on it. So it's coming. Everything's coming into shape now. As I say, we are in the new office. We are in the new podcast studio. The painting is all done.
Lovely blue.
It's ready to be decorated in a sense of artwork and flags and curtains and any other thing, new desk, all sorts of things that hopefully will be coming. So
I'm hoping that this desk is going to live back out there.
Oh, for sure.
I would like it to be in an extended mode.
Yeah.
Because this does extend, which is quite cool. Have we ever used it as an extended mode on the pod? We haven't had enough people before, have we?
No, I don't think so.
Anyway.
I don't even use this extended for anything. Maybe at the start it was extended out.
Yeah, I think we should put it in extended mode and put it out there.
Yeah.
And then I would like suggestions for what we should do with this room. Would you like to see, and this is you guys as well, would you like to see round table, multiple cameras?
Okay.
Would you like to see sofas and handheld mics? Mm-hmm. Would you like to see...
like an L-shaped
sports
sort of
shaped desk, you know, like a
sports presenter-y,
exactly like TV studio style screens. Would you like to see everyone on their laptop? Would you like to see lapel mics? Would you like to, let us know what you think we should go for. Considering
laptop.
You want your laptop.
Yeah. I can play Football Manager the whole time.
That is not why.
What?
That's not why. Okay. Yeah, so we want your suggestions for the new room. We have makeshift set this up just for today, but eventually there will be an official launch and reveal of what this room looks like. The members of the podcast will be the first people to see it. So if you want to see what this room ends up looking like, plus what the other room ends up looking like once that's all done, make sure you become a member, because the guys whose names are Star Warsing up the screen right now are the people who are going to see all that stuff. So become a member. It's really, really cheap. It helps us do the things that we have just talked about. We're going to have to spend some money in order to make the studio cool, and we want to share that with you lot. So if you fancy joining, couple of quid, help us out.
Yeah, the soundproofing in this room is currently a blanket on a couple of sticks?
I just tried to create. I've brought some cushions in. This is a box.
It's a basket of cushions.
This box is full of this soundproofing.
Yeah.
So look, if you try to talk into it, your microphone can't hear anything.
Well, when you whisper, yeah.
So yes, thank you for being members. And if you want to see all that, join and we'll show you.
Yeah, absolutely. I suppose a couple of minutes into the podcast, we should probably tell the people who is here. We have Mick to my left. We have David to my right. I am, of course, Jacob, but you all know that.
Everyone knows that.
Pete is in America playing in the first event of the Your Golf Tour at Purcell Farms in Bama.
Yep.
Another state probably ticked off. I don't know if he's been there or not, but he's certainly getting all through all of them.
The guys from Purcell Farms obviously have been involved in YouTube Golf for a very long time, and they have been very consistently inviting us out to go and make stuff there, haven't they? For like the last 3 or 4 years.
Yeah, they've been in the content game for a few years now.
Deep.
I saw a little sort of promo trailery thing from them about this, and I think they named themselves the home of YouTube Golf, which I was like, is it? I don't know.
Marriott Worsley Park.
I don't know where else would be, but
Selena, maybe.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
but that's like very, very specifically 2 or 3 people.
Where's Mark Crossfield from?
Down south, someone.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Wherever he's a member.
Is it Torquay, or is that where Dan Hendrickson's from?
Sounds about right.
These are deep cut names.
This is far down.
Yeah.
Of course, we are going to be talking about the PGA Championship. Well done, whoever had Aaron Rai.
Apparently, no one.
Fair play. I'm thrilled for him. I think we all have stories to tell once we start speaking about Aaron Rai. I think we've all been able to spend a little bit of time with him over the last couple of years, which is great. Makes it even better to see him win. But first of all, I would have absolutely hated if I was away with Pete right now in America, and I couldn't have watched the end of that golf because I would have been kicking myself to not see Aaron win. Mick, how would I have done that?
Well, listen, there's only one way to cook a brace of conies. No, shout out Samwise.
Potato.
There's only one way to do it, Jacob, and there's only one way to do it safely and cheaply and efficiently, and that is with the sponsor of today's podcast, NordVPN. Now, what you do, you're in a foreign country, you're in a land you don't understand, and you're like, oh, good Lord. Aaron Rai is about to...
Oh, great. You clutch your pearls. And
Oh, no. Aaron Rai is about to hole a 70-footer to go 2 clear at the PGA Champs. And I can't get it to work because you're in foreign land.
Yep.
What you need then is you need to go to your NordVPN app, click the UK to tell it you're back in the UK, and then you get all of the coverage like you would normally without all of the ridiculous adverts that you would expect to get in said country. The good thing about this also, Jacob, is that not only is it that easy, it's also very, very cheap.
I like cheap.
Cheap is good because for, the cost of a cup of coffee a month, you can have yourself protected while you're online. All of your data is kept very secure, and you have access to the VPN service that Nord provide, which is of the highest quality.
Yep.
Mine has never cut out.
No, mine's always on now.
It's
so
good.
Not only just for access to things as we touched upon, but like say that security element of when you are banking online and when you are putting in details and when you are going on websites that may be a little dodgy, but just because of the fact of the internet.
Yeah.
It's great to have NordVPN covering you in that regard. So if you do want to get a VPN, especially through Nord, the wonderful people there have given you a glorious offer, I would have to say. If you go to www.nordvpn.com/roughcut, if you buy a 2-year plan, you get 4 months completely free.
That is a bargain.
David, you happy with that?
Absolutely. You sign me up right now.
Yeah.
Well, the good news is, David, that you're already signed up, aren't you?
Well, that's very true.
Yes.
I mean, to be fair, I have been rinsing it all the way through this week. There was that bit about John Rahm hitting a volunteer with a divot.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And so I went to X, formerly Twitter, to have a look at it, and everything was geo-blocked because you can't seem to watch.
Yeah.
Can't seem to watch.
Press the giant Nord button.
And bang! I can watch John Rahm hit anyone with a divot now. It's amazing what you can see in the US.
They did it 4 or 5 times as well, which is quite exciting for him. Yes, NordVPN are the best. They have looked after us and they want to look after you as well. So, like Jacob said, nordvpn.com/roughcut. You get 4 months for free when you buy a 2-year plan.
Perfect. PGA Championship. I mean, who saw that coming? Not me.
So some of the stats that you came up with in your preview.
Yeah.
So like the last 10 winners have all been the US.
Yeah. Gone.
Yeah. Everyone needs to be like a long hitter. Everyone needs to be within like, what is it, the top 10, top 20, whatever it is.
I think it was top 35 of driving distance.
Okay. And
Gone.
I think Aaron Rai is bottom but 6 on the PGA Tour.
I think that maybe every single metric I used to work out Cam Young / Chris Gotterup was eradicated by Aaron Rai.
Yeah.
As you say, not American, not long off the tee. I don't think he had the form coming in. I think he finished 5th at the Myrtle Beach Classic the week before, which helped. But over the year, I think he needed to have had at least 3 top 5s or 2 top 5s. He hadn't done that. At least 3 top 10s. He hadn't done that. He really did genuinely come out of nowhere, and such to the point by being 250 to 1, which we have seen from the PJ. Like this is the event that if you are going to get someone who is a little bit left field, this is where it's going to come from. I'm thinking of my Y.E. Yangs. I'm thinking my Rich Beams. I'm thinking my Sean McKeels. I'm thinking my
So many names.
Phil Mickelsons. You know,
He's a weird one. He never wins majors.
yeah, but when he did, you know, it is definitely one that throws up surprises, and it is amazing. Like I look at a golf course and I see that it's basically 7,400 yards, and Aaron Rai's name just doesn't seem to marry up. That doesn't compute with me.
Yeah, so there was, I believe it was Golf Digest, or maybe, I can't remember which website it was, but basically they did these are the 30 players. The winner is going to come from the 30 players here. None of them were Aaron Rai. And then they had like a tagline, or it could be one of these 5. None of them were Aaron Rai. He is not long, but very accurate.
Yeah,
Very good around the greens.
yeah.
Putts really well.
I mean, he does, but like over the season, like this is why I looked at it. I was like, he's just not. I remember bringing his stats up to have a check because I was like, okay, well, have a look and see who finished top 5 in the last weeks to just see who's in form coming in. And like, he just didn't. I don't know, he just didn't really kind of stat out well. Like, it just didn't see like something that was going to happen. Now, obviously, like golf tournaments aren't won on stats, and they're not. You know, you can use them as something to benefit you, and we're seeing that with this win now. It's great for, first of all, that it's something a bit different. I mean, what was the thing with the last 4 or 5 major winners have been Rory and Scotty or something stupid outside of like. It's
just ridiculous.
It's nice to see someone different win, and also even nicer to see an Englishman who is also one of the nicest blokes that I think we've all met on tour.
Yes, he is. Let me think about how to describe him. He is quiet.
Oh, incredibly quiet. Yeah,
He is unassuming. He is humble. Funny.
yeah,
Annoyingly talented, really hardworking. You know, we've done some stuff with the guys from Me and My Golf, and they coach him, and they work hard because they are golf coaches and content creators, and they were like, we can't keep up with Aaron. He works harder than anyone else in the entire world. Whenever we've been over to California to film Titleist stuff, before that for fittings and things like that in California, he's been around the Titleist, facilities, grinding, just putt after putt after putt, short game. He works so hard. So it's nice to see someone who has put in that work and, like you said, came a little bit out of left field. to see success in such a massive way. I remember the other time, like I've met him a couple of times. The other time I met him was in the hotel at the Tour Championship in Atlanta. He was just I believe he was waiting for Piers and Andy to come down. They were going out for a practice round or something, and he was just there with his clubs on his own and just hanging on his phone in the lobby. And I went over and I said, "Hey man, I don't know if you remember me. I work for Peter Finch, and we went out for dinner in Carlsbad a couple of months ago." He was like, "Oh, Mick, yeah, how's it going?" I was like, "There is no way that you remember who I am." But the reason that I bring up the time we went out for dinner is because Aaron Rai ordered 2 main meals.
Well, he has 2 gloves. He has 2 main meals.
And he has 2 PGA Tour wins. He might have 3.
I can't remember off the top of my head.
Anyway, yeah, he ordered 2 main meals because you couldn't decide between the 2. We were in a lovely Turkish restaurant. And he was like, "Oh, I want that one, but I also want that one." And he tried to order one as a starter.
And they wouldn't have it.
They were like, "Yeah, he was like, "Cool, just bring me both." And then he sat with 2 main meals and ate both of them.
Did you finish them both? Wow.
He's a baller.
Wow.
Yeah, I love Aaron Rai, and I love that he won.
Puts back food as well. Go on, Aaron.
The guy can put it back.
That's a hell of a metabolism.
Yeah, he's a good egg. He's a good egg.
He works.
And yeah, very nice dude, super chill. They played Goats Hill, which is the like trendy, cool, independent golf course in California. And Pete played with the guys from Me and My Golf and Trotty as well, I think. And Aaron Rai was there. And Aaron Rai just basically shot like a real casual 7 under when they went out and played.
Yeah. Like you say, he's just genuinely one of the nicest guys probably on the PGA Tour. My brief time that I spent with him was when we went to Connecticut for the Titleist shoot. And we did a around the green chipping competition between him and Pete. And he was the first person we filmed with on the whole shoot. And him and his dad and his agent came over, who also in themselves are lovely, lovely people. His dad was stood there with like a flat cap and a wax barber jacket in about 20 degree, proper Brummie accent as well and stuff. Like, again, but lovely people. And even then, just like seeing how meticulous, if you haven't watched the video, it's Pete I think it's Pete versus Titleist Pros or something like that, I think it's called. And there is a small snippet in there and where Rai pulls out his yardage book. And it's the same yardage book I think he's used for about 400 years. And he's got this like mangled, crappy, distorted, ripped, stained piece of paper that's slotted at the front. And it's his yardages, but not only his yardages, it's his short game shots in that how far he takes the club back. And I'm not talking like 50 yards. I'm talking chipping around the green and all that kind of stuff. How far back he takes his club out of what lie as well. So if it's in rough, if it's in short, if it's whatever it might be, and then the distance of which that is going to go, depending on, this sort of clock aspect of, how far he takes it back. And just seeing how detailed and how ridiculously meticulous of how he's going into it kind of shows what goes into winning these these types of events. And this is someone, again, who wasn't on anyone's radar. And it shows you the level of commitment and, grind and effort that is going into trying to win these types of events. And to see that come to fruition, especially, like I say, from us who have spent time with them and also good friends with Me and My Golf, it's a little win for YouTube Golf, isn't it? Like, it's a little sort of, these.
We'll take it.
Yeah. Hey, I'm gonna ride on the back of anything like that. It's why not? It's great.
Yeah.
Piers and Andy, again, lovely blokes. Move their lives out to America to be able to continue this coaching journey they're on, and to say that you've had a major winner in your ranks is not something that a lot of golf coaches can say. So very, very commendable to him.
I think that generally speaking, Aaron Rai has been like at the short end of the stick when it comes to like how the PGA Tour and the majors all kind of set up, because everyone wants to have a Rory or a Scotty or Xander, just name big player here, and they've systematically worked out in order to do that. It's got to be long golf courses. You've got to like all these kind of loud traits, these big skills, like someone who bombs it off the tee and doesn't necessarily need to hit it that accurately. And that's kind of how these setups always operate. I actually think this is all about Aaron Rai and his professionalism and how he's gone about this week. I think Rory's actually kind of helped him this week, because I think it was Tuesday or something. Rory went out and said, oh yeah, there's no strategy to this golf course this week. Like, you just have to bomb it past all the bunkers and wedge it on and then hope that you put okay. And then off the back of that, they put the pins in some of the most ridiculous places, which means that your tee shots have to be even more accurate so that you can unlock some of those positions.
Got you.
And then you get someone who's obviously world-class ball striker, world-class in terms of actually hitting fairways.
Long iron player as well.
Great long iron player, hitting, well, he's woods as well, better than most people are hitting their mid-irons. And I have to think that the reason that the PGA of America made the changes that they did are off the back of some of the comments that were made earlier in the week. Rory's Rams. Just saying that, like, realistically, this is kind of like a bit of a bomb and gouge fest. Yeah. And they said, no, we're going to...
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's like, you think it's going to be easy? And then, was it like 3 over was leading after day one or something like that?
It was an interesting one. I think that fourth round was a clear indicator of a lot of the players saying things that they thought was going to be true, and it didn't actually play out that way. And I think a lot of commentators even said the same thing, of that a lot of the bunkers, or the bunkering on tee shots especially, were there for when the ball was going 280, 270. Back in the day, they were there to catch players out. Now, where players are so much longer and they can bomb it straight over the bunkers, that seemed to be that's the person who's going to win, because they just can go so much further than the defense of the course. But because of the way that the course and the holes were designed, and the not dog legs per se, but angles of going from left to right or right to left, and with the cambering fairways, a lot of the time these longer hitters were hitting it and landing it on fairways, but you couldn't hold them because of the fact of it was, it got warmer over the weekend, and it was a bit more fiery. It was harder to keep the balls on the fairways. And there, as you touched upon there, David, that's where the Aaron Rai is in that kind of accuracy came to the fold, and that's the thing that you needed to do. Data Golf before the week, they have kind of like it's not very detail intense, but it's sort of like a meter that kind of measures what they think is going to be the most important thing for Aronimink. And all the other weeks, all the other years that they've played there, it was kind of either on the distance or just middle ground.
Is it called the bomber meter or something like that? Yeah. It's like, is this an accuracy golf course, or is this a mash it? And
this week was the first time that it tipped to accurate. Wow. This is where you needed to be. Honestly, I think if Rory McIlroy hit 3-wood off every tee yesterday, he would have been closer to the lead than he was now. Because first of all, it was infuriating to watch, because he never hit a fairway all day, and he was having to hack wedges out of. And I know that there'll be some data somewhere that says that hit driver is the best play and all that kind of stuff. But Aaron, as you say, proved that if you just hit the short stuff, that's the best way to go. And this is now 2 events, or 2 majors especially, where I think at the start of the week, maybe the last 2 days, where there was some 5, 6, 7 unders from Kurt Kitayama on Sunday, where it was set up almost US Open-y in a sense.
I was getting that vibe.
It felt that way. It felt like a grind. It felt like birdies were hard to come by. The rough was thick. You had to hit fairways. The greens were there was that US Open-y feel to it. And we've now seen from last year at Oakmont and this year at the PGA Championship, two courses that have measured up long, but the person who's won it in either Rai or JJ Spawn have not been long, but they've been hitting off the fairways. And I think going into the US Open, which is in 29, 30 days, it's probably about a month now, I think that's definitely something that we need to think about more going into working out who it might be winning these events. I think it's been too easy to go distance. And I think maybe that's where the PGA of America and the US PGA, they're fighting back a little bit in that regard. And it is good to see. It does bring more people into the fold when it comes to winning these golf tournaments. Just something to...
I kind of feel like this year was the biggest mix of the 3 other majors that I've ever seen. You had the mental greens of Augusta packed into a different location. You had the incredible low-high scoring, whichever way you want to put it. Yeah. And then for the Open, it's strokes gained patience.
Yeah,
Like-
oh my God, they need to add that in, don't they?
Like Aaron Rai was just lasered in the whole time.
Strokes gained
But
patience.
I think there was like, because of the undulations and the way the course, I do think there was a little linksy element to it. There was a lot of the time, especially out the rough, where players were having to land at shorts of greens and run them up and, hit into banks and all that kind of stuff. So I think there was like an around the green creativity element that the Open kind of has in as well. So I think you're definitely right in there, and that there was sort of touching points and all this kind of stuff. One of my mates messaged me after the event last night, and obviously was like saying about Aaron Rai, and he was asking me, does this mean he's going to play in the Ryder Cup and all these kind of things?
Luke.
And then, and then one of the things he said was, and he's, he watches golf, but he's not by no means sort of like an avid fan. And he even said, and I don't want to touch upon it too long, but like, it is this like, what is the PGA Championship? Because he was like, after, I love Augusta and I love the Masters because you're going back there all the time. Why does the PGA Championship not do that? And obviously that is an argument within itself of that, like, does going back to the same place make it better? Does going to match play make it better? Does them really, really, really honing in on going to like take the Walker Cup rotation minus the ones in England and in Ireland and whatnot, and make that going and playing those kind of courses that people don't see? Because if I was turning the telly on and it was the first time that I've ever got to see anyone play Pine Valley, I'll watch it more so than something like Aronimink, which I don't think had a bad showing. I don't think it was necessarily a bad golf course, but I wasn't appealed by it after the first day of just like, I wonder what this golf course looks like. So the PGA Championship, I think that's probably maybe a conversation for another day, and definitely one that we have already touched upon. But
And then I also think it needs to go back to its old place in the schedule.
well, and that too, the timing of when it is in the year and all that kind of stuff. But then I like that the Open is the end. I like that the Open is the But it's either way. We still are being able to sit here, talk about an Englishman winning that event for the 107 years or something since Jim Barnes won.
Something like that in 1919.
So that's two major wins for the Europeans this year.
Yeah, so this is the thing I wanted to touch on just quickly is I think now there are three types of golfers that we see win major tournaments. And I'm going to run you through them right now. What interesting chat.
We'll take a little step away from Aaron Rai because, first of all, just amazing. But we have something else that we need to talk about.
We do. Now, partners of the channel and sponsors of the podcast, Golf Care, recently ran a survey and they discovered some very interesting statistics about what actually it might mean for you if you step out onto the golf course. Now, 548,800 golfers in the UK have been injured on the course in the last 2 years.
Wow.
Have you ever seen an injury on a golf course?
I haven't personally, though I did hit you in the back with the ball once.
You did.
It fell slowly and from a short height. But
It was just it hit a tree and fell down and hit me on the back.
However, Louis, my housemate, he was playing golf at Ringway the other day and he hit his dad in the hand from a drive and shattered two of his fingers. The X-ray is quite something.
Wow.
That's incredibly accurate.
Oh, very. Yeah.
Well
I think
done.
he was like behind a tree and it was like, just clipped him as it went past. So,
And his dad's a brain surgeon as well. So that's really unfortunate.
so he is one of that 548,000 plus.
Yeah, and he probably had to go to the hospital for that.
Yep.
Of those
He did.
injured on the golf course, 124,600 of them needed hospital treatment or surgery. And now many causes of injuries are being hit by the golf ball. Yes, but also think about this. You could trip over something. You could fall on the golf course. Now, with Golf Care, if you have an accident while you're playing golf and are unable to play for 90 days, they will reimburse you the cost of your remaining golf club subscription up to the cost of £8,000.
Wow.
So if you get hurt and you can't play golf for 90 days, they will reimburse you your membership fees.
That's great.
That's really
up to
good,
£8
yeah.
grand. Isn't that good?
along with all the other things that they have for cover as well.
Yeah, they do a very, very good job. They want to look after you. They have been looking after us, and they do have an exclusive offer for the Rough Cut Golf podcast audience.
They certainly do. Yeah, Golf Care are running an exclusive offer for the Rough Cut Golf podcast audience. Not only are they offering all new customers 30% off specialist golf insurance, starting from £28.05 per year. They're also throwing in 6 free Titleist Pro V1s, 3 Wilson balls, and 3 free rounds of golf worth up to £340 at selected courses across the UK. So, if you want to find out any more information, go to www.golfcare.co.uk/roughcut and you can get that exclusive deal. Or if you just go down to the description and click that link, you can get to it there. And of course, with all of this, terms and conditions apply.
Now, I'm going to make you do that swoosh thing.
Okay. But are you actually going to do something this time? Because I did it last time and you didn't do anything.
No, I'm going to not do it again, but do the swoosh thing, and then
Do you want me to flick us to the side?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then we'll
are you
go-
going to put a sound effect in?
And then we'll go back to talking about Aaron Rai.
I'm scared.
Nothing happened. Okay, back to the podcast. Player type number 1. Legendary, franchise golfer. Those are your Rory McIlroys, your Scotty Schefflers, people like a Bryson DeChambeau or a Brooks Koepka who have a specific history of winning major tournaments. Those are the people who are in group number 1. Group number 2 is freak winners.
Okay.
People you're like, what?
Okay.
How? That's, for example, I'm putting Phil Mickelson at his age winning. In that tournament, I'm also putting a JJ Spawn in there. But I think Aaron Rai is going in bucket number 3. And bucket number 3 is him joining someone like Matt Fitzpatrick, who is meticulous at planning and preparation. So I think you either need to be a huge franchise player, you either need to just get really lucky on the weekend, or you need to plan so well and stick to your game plan so consistently that you outthink everyone else. So those are the 3 types of players I think are winning major championships this year.
If Rose won this week, which bucket would you put? Would you put him in a franchise? I don't think we could call him a freak winner, but he obviously optimizes everything he can at his age to take him to the next level.
I think I would put him in the same category as Fitzpatrick and now Aaron Rai.
So the wily Englishmen are all.
Well, I think for him it's like he has prepared his body to still be able to do it at his age. And you see the stories of him. He has an RV at every tournament. He has an ice bath. He has the red light therapy. He's in the gym more than he is doing what it takes in order to prepare himself to go and play great golf.
Yeah.
Aaron Rai the same. Matt Fitzpatrick the same. I wouldn't quite put him in the franchise category yet. He's not a Tom Brady like a Rory McIlroy is, but you're not building things around him. But you're right. I don't think I put him in freak because he's up and around.
Before,
He's around there, and he's also done it before.
Yeah.
The interesting, so that being the case, which I'm arguing it is, the interesting thing is that we've got a list here of the big winners from the PGA Championship and the big losers from the PGA Championship. And I'm just going to go through the big losers first, because having spoken about franchise golfers, the big losers from this week, in my mind, are Bryson DeChambeau, Rory McIlroy, Scotty Scheffler, and Brooks Koepka.
Okay.
Bad weeks.
Yeah. They are the heavy hitter names that you did just speak about. I mean, it's kind of where because in Scotty and Rory's case, it's a bad week because they didn't win.
But
and even more so probably from Rory's sake, now you look at it, he would have had to have shot 6 under on the final day to, which would have been probably the second best round of the week and all that kind of stuff that we may or may not have seen that happen. If he'd hit more fairways, he definitely would have given himself a better chance. I don't think he definitely didn't put in the performance he would have wanted on Sunday to make a claim for it. Even despite that, you would say that, realistically, the job was done on the Thursday when he shot 4 over and shot, was it through the last 4 holes on the Thursday, he bled the shots away. So, the damage was essentially kind of done there, really. Bryson is, of that list, the biggest, most massive loser of the lot, missing the cut for the second major of the year.
Yeah, Bryson, you're a massive loser.
Well,
Clip.
Things are...
This is just 3 seconds on repeat.
Things are, things aren't looking great in Bryson World at the minute, because Liv looks like it's basically done. It's probably at the end of the year. It's going to, package up all the boxes and move out. When he gets his chance to be back on the sort of main stage and show everyone how good a golfer he is not doing that. He looks like he can't hit an iron or make a putt at the minute, which is, he couldn't really do that last year, but he was managing to hold it together with his driving being that good. He's in a weird spot at the minute. I wonder what you could have got on him missing every cut.
Yeah.
Because genuinely, it could happen.
I think something is I don't want this to sound as cutting and harsh, but something is wrong with
him.
Bryson.
Get him!
Something is wrong with him.
Someone needs to press reset or something. But not just because of his performance, but on Thursday, Friday, they had longest drive on this hole, longest drive on that hole, and all the time Rory was in there, Aldrich was in there, pick and choose, like Nikolai or whoever.
The big boys, yeah.
The big boys. At no point did I see Bryson in there. No. Which you consider, he was doing everything he could to launch it, and he's obviously hitting it a lot shorter than before. So he did withdraw from a live event, kind of in a suspect timing given the live announcement stuff, but with a rubbish wrist. I'm pretty sure that's what he called it.
Yeah. This is my rubbish wrist.
This is my rubbish wrist. So I don't know if there's some sort of lingering injury there, or if he's just maybe he's got creator burnout or something. I have no idea.
Good Lord. I think for him, it's you're 190 yards out. Stop trying to hit pitching wedge.
Yeah.
Your swing is so unconventional. The one length irons are causing you massive issues. Swing I watched an old swing of Bryson DeChambeau and I thought, wow, that looks really organized. Mm. And his swing now is his legs are all over the shop. He's trying to stay on plane. He's trying to hit these draws, and he needs to take his ego out of the situation. Forget hitting it the furthest. Forget being a scientist. Forget doing everything differently to everyone else. Just try and be really good. Don't try and be really different. Just try and hit the fairway. Don't try and hit it 350 yards. Just hit it 300 and have a slightly longer in. You've got 190. There's no need for you to be reaching for a tiny little wedge. Hit 7 iron. Hit 6 iron. Just chip it up there if you're that good. Get rid of the one length irons. Get rid of the stupid grips. Go and play golf again.
So you're saying he needs to stop being a analytical golfer and start being a franchise golfer?
Correct. It's not working for him.
He's in the wrong bucket.
He's hovering on either side.
Yeah.
He needs to just pick one.
He needs to pick one.
Yeah.
Science is not working for you, brother. Do you know who wins the scientific battle? Matt Fitzpatrick. Aaron Rai. The people who aren't doing it for effect.
Although Bryson did beat Matthew Fitzpatrick at the Ryder Cup singles.
Yeah, that's right. He was tired.
Brooks Koepka.
That guy cannot putt.
Yeah.
He even went to a mallet. Right, so everyone's gone to the mallet putter.
Yeah, good move.
Everyone's doing it. Mallet putter. He shot 4 over on Sunday.
Yeah.
Could not get the ball in the hole.
I honestly, I don't know what to think of it, because
I think we give it time.
Taking a year out of where we are now and thinking that he would be, I know not competing, but at least making cuts and getting through in majors, actually seemed quite a distance away. It felt like his golf game was falling off a bit of a cliff.
Yeah, you're right.
And, to find himself in a position where he was 1 under going into Sunday, he was 5 shots off the lead on another given day. If he'd played well and made, even shot 2-3 under and could have made himself into the top 10, and you look at it very differently. And obviously, he really struggled with the flat stick this week, or at least what would the flat stick be with a mallet? The hammer stick.
Yeah, they're
it's not flat as it is. It's got a bit more.
Well, the front of it's flat.
True. So I would put him in the like.
Bryson, no need. There's absolutely no need. Why are your irons curved? Just get normal ones, you weirdo.
What would be the like middle waiting room? What would be like the purgatory of not being a big winner or loser? Just you're sort of
Just in the middle somewhere.
Like,
Well,
yeah.
you wouldn't be on this list.
You're like-
You'd be in that little gap
You're
between
like-
the two.
yeah.
It's weird because he is one of the big losers from this week, and at the same time, I saw enough to think he could really do something at the US Open.
Yeah.
Because if you take there's obviously weighting to putting this week in a way that you wouldn't normally get in a major. If you kind of reverse that in the way that like with a US Open, it's supposed to be a complete test, but realistically, putting is the last thing that it tests. It's Shinnecock this time around, isn't it?
Correct.
So. Like assuming that that's a little bit more normal, traditional in terms of pin setups and where they put the flags, I think that he could really make a run. I think he'll be in contention, like with the way he's hitting his irons.
Yeah.
I think he'll go from one of the biggest losers to one of the biggest winners.
Wow.
That's what I say. I think there's like a little threshold there where he's sort of just treading in the losers pool. He hasn't quite got his Kellogg's badge.
His
Wow.
Kellogg's badge.
Yeah, very good.
He hasn't done
He
his-
hasn't sewn it onto his towel yet.
Yeah, he hasn't put it on his bag or onto his towel. He needs to.
This is so niche.
He needs
by
to
the
do
way.
the like. It was like distances, wasn't it?
Yeah,
And then
you
there
get
was
like a 5 meter badge.
and then there was like the mile swim or something. I think
That's
Something like
mad.
that.
That's
Yeah.
insane. Don't swim a mile. Don't do
If
it.
there's any Americans listening to this, they'll have no idea what we're talking about.
Swimming is for survival only.
How long did they do? Like, is this a reference that people in their 60s are going to get, or is
Yeah.
this a very small?
Yeah, I think so. Swimming badges.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well, I
100%.
suppose because if they were the parents of the kids
Yeah.
doing them, then. But how long would the 60-year-olds been
My
getting?
my mum was a like county level swimmer.
Yeah, but was she getting Kellogg's
she was
badges
getting
as
badges,
a kid?
100%.
Okay.
Yeah. Swimming is for survival.
Right. Okay.
Right? Swimming is not fun.
I love swimming.
No, you don't.
I do.
No. You don't.
I do.
So just stop swimming.
Yeah. If you are cycling
Yeah.
and you stop pedaling, eventually, further down the road, you will come to a stop. If you're running and you stop running, you are stood still.
You will fall over.
You're stood still, right? If you stop swimming while you're swimming, you die.
Yeah, but depends on the distance and the height of the pool. If you're in the shallow end,
Oh,
you
no,
don't.
you can drown in 3 inches of water. Everyone knows that.
Yeah, but I would be standing if I stopped in 3 inches of water.
David, before
Where's this
the
hatred of swimming come from?
swimming is rubbish, man. It's honestly, it's a really good workout, but it is not enjoyable unless there are slides. David, before the
Rapids.
podcast started, David wanted to put together the best conglomerate golfer from the PGA Championship, and Jacob tried to work it out. I have got the actual winners here in these categories. The lowest round of the tournament was Kurt Kitayama. He shot 63 on that ridiculously hard Sunday. The driving distance leader was Aldris Potgieter. He averaged, now just get your head around this, he averaged 326 yards off the tee, which is insane. The greens and regulation leader was new golfer. I haven't heard of him. Scotty Scheffler. He hit 71.3% of the greens,
That's ridiculous.
My man
which is
could not putt.
insane. Strokes gained approach. Brooks Koepka led the field with nearly 1 stroke gained per round, and the scrambling leader was Russell Henley.
Yeah, yeah.
So Aaron Rye's not on any of these lists, and he still won.
Well, I imagine if you looked at the putting,
Yeah.
he would be leading on the old,
So
the old putting.
on the final day, he had 7 holes in a row where he one putted.
That'll do it.
Yeah.
That would do it.
Yeah, you'll win.
I think. Are we right in saying that Aaron Rye led the field in putting? Or
I
was
think he might have been third or fourth. I think
Yeah.
it was like Alex Smalley, Schmid, and someone else.
Alex Smalley's got a swing on him.
Yeah, Tempo Town. Love
That
it.
is a good looking swing.
Yeah.
Wow.
He's played some good golf this year. Really good golf. He was one of those sort of like, I think if you did crunch the numbers and look into him a little bit and kind of try and match him up with those sort of trends and metrics, I think he would have actually sort of ranked up quite nicely.
Could have got him in there somehow.
Yeah, I think it's just like, obviously he'd let you down on a couple of things, but most of the time he probably would have.
But then bloody Aaron Ryan wasn't in any of them categories, was he? And he went and won
exactly.
it. So
maybe, I had it. There was a comment on the clip that we put out of me going through the stats.
Yeah.
And there was someone.
Stats don't lie.
Stats don't lie.
Yeah, we were going to call it win. What was it? Win every bet.
Yeah, something like that.
Or something like that. Yeah, which we thought maybe we'd get in trouble for.
And they said that, and I completely agree. However, this is just such is the nature of this game, as they said, it's getting boring now when Jacob just tells us the favourite. And you're right, it is quite boring. Granted, I would love to crunch the numbers and come up with like a Brian Harmon again, how many years ago that was. But unfortunately, sometimes that's just not how it is. However, I think, as I kind of alluded to with Chris Gotterup and a couple other people in this one, I will try and incorporate, this is what the trend is saying, but someone who missed maybe 2 or 3, but is like 178, someone who's a little bit more exciting. If that's what you want, I'll do it. Because that's exciting to me. Because if I can find someone who is a little bit more of a long shot, but I will warn you, you are off the back of this, don't expect.
You are throwing your money away.
Don't expect that a 250 to 1 winner is going to happen every time, because it just doesn't. But I can do that, and I do take your word for it. I do agree. It is. I don't like sitting on the podcast and saying Rory McIlroy,
Scotty Scheffler.
That's why I didn't pick Scotty this week when it was between him and Cam, because it's just like Scotty literally was the favourite. So I will do my damn best to come up with some more interesting names.
Yeah. Let's do this before we get to, if we even get to these two things. US Open qualifying is happening right now.
Yeah. Is there just, David, you said that was maybe a couple of things you wanted to touch upon from...
Oh yeah, I mean, we can move things along, but I wanted to check. Garrett Kigo.
Yes.
Turned up 10 minutes early for his tee time.
10 minutes early?
10 minutes early.
Yeah.
Left his bag there, went back to the putting green. He realised, because I think the first and the 10th, they tee off from the same tee box. It was like, okay.
What?
I can't, they cross over each other.
That's not real.
Yeah, so he took his putter a couple of balls, went back to the putting green, and then didn't have a watch, didn't know what time it was.
Sick.
And then, I think it's just a few yards away, I think his caddy started yelling at him, saying, quick, you're going to be late. So he picked up his balls, kind of marched back, and was given a letter basically saying, you've been given a 2-stroke penalty. Turned out he was 30 seconds late. My question to you, is that fair?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
Really?
I think so.
In a setting where 30 seconds realistically doesn't mean much over the course of a round of golf.
It's to do with respect for your opponents. It's to do with respect for the tournament. It's to do with the gentlemanly nature in which the game should be played. He was there and could have stood and waited for 10 minutes so that he was there when he needed to be there. Granted, you want to go and have a few putts? Fine. You're a grown-up. Take a watch with you. You're playing in an event where 2 other people are also competing. They've done all of their preparation in order to be ready to hit the tee shot at the right time. And then they have to wait extra time because you're late. Selfish. Just selfish.
He was 10 minutes early.
Doesn't matter.
He
weren't there.
30 seconds.
I think it's harsh.
It's harsh. It's harsh, but it's fair.
I don't know if it is.
How much leeway should you get?
I think if it tipped over, because that's the argument. Say if it's your tee time is 10:30.
Yeah.
And if you look at a watch or you look at an analog clock on your thing and a digital or whatever, and you look at it and go, well, he is here at 10:30. It's not ticked over to 10:31. It's 10:30 and 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's late.
But it's 10:30.
Yeah, but it's late.
But only if you look at it from a seconds perspective.
Plus, how accurate?
It's not when you look on the thing. He's 10:30. He's there. It's 10:30. We're here.
Plus, you're going after the time that isn't from his phone or his watch. He didn't have them on him, but going from an arbitrary time that is from the scorer's watch,
Yeah.
the starter's watch. So
That's the only one that matters, unfortunately.
Unless, because he turned up to the course early as well. So unless he had turned up, gone to the starter and said, let's synchronize watches, like how could he possibly know what time it was actually going to be?
He knew what time. He got to the tee in time, and then he chose to leave.
I think the fact that because he was there makes, if he just turned up, if that was him getting to there with his bag and his caddy and he got there at that point, then I'd feel a little bit more thingy. But because he wasn't late, like he was there, he obviously left to go and have a few putts. Fair enough. Okay, you could argue. But then again, coming back on the basis of that, like, I don't know. Maybe this is. I mean, you're meticulous with not being late on things. You are even early, significantly early to things. So it's something for you personally is much more.
If you are not there waiting when they call your name to hit your tee shot, you're late. If it even, it's, the thing has to run on time, right? There's 150 something players playing in it. If everyone was given leeway, right? Everyone's a minute, 2 minutes late, and we're like, I'll be all right. Eventually, the event finishes on Wednesday.
I agree. If it was 10:31 and he was there, then yeah. But if the clock is still saying 10:30, so you think 1 minute of leeway is enough? Yeah.
Okay. So what about 1 minute and 1 second?
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. If he was over that, then yeah, I agree. It's that you're on the thing. It says 10:30. It's 10:31. You're late.
You have to be stood waiting to hit your tee shot at 10:30.
I mean,
I think we're in that awkward bracket where I think there should be some sort of warning, and then it's like if you are a second later than your tee time, then you're dock strokes. It just like this never. I can't ever remember this happening, and it just feels really, really bizarre.
I will say I actually maybe put more blame on the caddy. Like, because he's the one who probably, because Garrick Higgo will have taken his watch off, put his phone in his bag. You're 10 minutes before teeing off. He's not going to have those things. And he certainly, I don't think he's going to think, I'll stick it back on before going to have a putt. But the caddy should be on that. Like, there was probably a massive Rolex clock or something somewhere.
Which is the one they're running the tournament
so,
off.
like, he probably could have done a better job and being like, even
2 minutes left.
Not even 2, like 5 minutes. Like you can have like 3 or 4 putts because you can do a lot in 5 minutes with a putt if it's only over there.
Yeah.
So like he should have said, look, you've got 5 minutes, come back. So that's where I think maybe he should have a little bit of like it's not necessarily the role of the caddy, but realistically it kind of is. Because when they're locked in and they're practicing and doing all that kind of stuff, the caddy probably does have to take a bit of a lead to be like, I'm the guy that needs to keep them moving along to make sure that they. So, but it's at the end of the day, he should have just been there, realistically. But it feels a little bit, slightly, ever so smallly harsh. But I suppose it just depends on.
It's harsh, but it's fair. That's the thing. Is that this should be the same rules for everyone. It doesn't matter. You weren't there when you were required to be there. You should get dock shots. Now, do you want the even better news about the story? How many shots do you think you missed the cut by?
2?
1?
Really?
Sweet baby Jesus. Be on time, people.
All
right?
That's one way to learn a lesson.
If your tee time is 10:30 and you arrive at 10:30, you are late. If your tee time is 10:30, you should be stood there with your club in your hand, tee and ball in the other, glove on, line picked at 10:28.
Okay.
The other thing I was going to talk to you about, and I promise, like I know we've got a lot to discuss.
Don't have this open-ended. Just tell us.
Have you heard about this PGA Championship hot AI chatbot?
There's a hot chatbot.
There's a hot AI chatbot.
What?
Hot as in
aesthetically pleasing.
Oh, okay.
Oh, god damn.
So I was late to the party on this. But on Twitter, it was doing the rounds that if you had the app, there was an AI virtual assistant. And the idea is if you wanted to say, where's Aaron Rai on the golf course now? It's like, Aaron Rai is currently teeing off the 8th hole right now. Or how's Garrick Higgo doing on par 3s? It's like, oh, he's 1 over par on the par 3s.
Late.
Yeah. It's like, we don't know. But they didn't cap what it was allowed to talk about. So you could ask it, what's a good recipe for brownies? Or putting PGA Championship last, rank all 4 of the major championships. And it came up with some really, really, like, the fact that it's a hot chat bot was a bit strange to begin with. But I just took a screenshot of this one. It said, give us one group to avoid on day one and explain why. And this is the kind of crazy answer it came back. And I will read this word for word. Listen up, folks. Group 1 teeing off at 6:45 a.m. from the first, Braden Shattuck, Alex Fitzpatrick, and Ben Griffin. Pure snooze fest. No major pedigree. No firepower. Just filler hacks. Grinding early fog while the real contenders sleep in. Skip it unless you hate fun.
Oh my
brilliant.
God.
So my one request from this week is bring that back
Yeah.
next year.
That is
That
great.
is fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah, if they need an identity, maybe lean into that a little bit.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
Embrace the chaos.
It's the week of the chatbot.
It's the week of just murking people.
That's so funny. And then Fitzpatrick went 2 under through 2.
That chatbot must have been absolutely bricking it.
Oh my God. That's incredible. David, excellent work. Well
so
researched
funny.
and well planned and well delivered. Good job. Now, very quickly, we're going to talk about the major picks before we wrap up. I'm quite keen to talk about it because my team did particularly well. But should we go from the bottom of the list? Let's start with Peter Finch's team. Bryson DeChambeau, Tommy Fleetwood, Hideki Matsuyama, and his wild card Marco Penge. We've already said that DeChambeau missed the cut. Just couldn't work out how to get the ball facing the right direction. Tommy Fleetwood's a strange one to be missing cuts. Someone who we were expecting to be in the shout to win majors this year.
So bizarre that.
Just couldn't work it out. Marco
His approach play was awful.
Yeah, terrible. Woeful. Marco Penge, someone who, if they were talking about bomb and gouge golf, you would put Penge up in the list of the long boys on the golf tour. He also missed the cut, and Hideki Matsuyama finished in 26th.
Attaboy.
Well done, Hideki. Now, if you don't know how the game works, basically you get points based on where your players finish. And Matsuyama finished 26th, so he gets 26 points. However, if your player misses the cut, they get the amount of points awarded to them that equals the amount of players who made the cut. So this year at the PGA Championship at Aronimink, 82 players made the cut, meaning that if you got a miscuts points for this week, you're getting 82 points added on. Now, if we just add DeChambeau, Fleetwood, Penge, they all missed the cut, and you add the 26 of Matsuyama. Peter Finch is on 272 points for the week.
Ouch. And
That-
when you're currently bottom after the Masters, you don't want to back that up with that.
No. It's gone badly for him.
I mean, again, at the start of the year, you kind of looked at the team, and to be honest, I thought Matsuyama was a bit of a weird pick when there was other names out there like Cam Young and people like that. But actually, Matsuyama is like holding up this team on both of his shoulders at the minute because, I mean, DeChambeau being your number one pick and missing 2 cuts is not what you want. Fleetwood was a big surprise. He's usually so consistent in the majors and just making cuts. So that was an odd one. And then Penge, that's what comes with the, top 50 plus pick. You just don't know what you're going to get.
Yeah.
Unfortunately for Pete, he looks like he is struggling right now.
Yeah, he's on 420 for the year.
Ouch.
After 2 events.
Yeah.
Which, if you're breaking into the 400s,
I think it's been 1 on 400, isn't
the
it?
people who win it
Less, maybe.
win on less than that. So, not looking good for Peter Finch. Kieran had McIlroy, Schauffele, Straka, who missed the cut, and Nygaard Peterson, who finished 75th.
May as well miss the cut.
He may as well have done. McIlroy and Schauffele obviously both finished 7th, which is really good for Kieran. It makes him 171 for the week and 276 in total. Jacob Broadbridge. Things went pretty well.
Okay, yeah. 14 for Scheffler, which, he was just toying with me all weekend of like, oh, you're going to be good now. Oh, no, you're going to miss a 3-foot par putt.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you're going to make a 20-foot putt. Oh, no, you've missed a 2-foot par.
Yeah.
He was a lot of fun, not this weekend, finishing 14th. Oberg, again, just toyed on that final day. Good, bad, good. Couldn't hold a putt, could hold a putt. He was awkward, but finished 4th.
Yeah, his first 2 days let him down a little bit.
Yeah.
And he just got into made it cut comfortably, but then really turned it on.
Hatton missing the cut was a shame. I must admit, I thought he would be fine actually out of all the players. I thought his approach and iron play would have definitely helped him. He can be a very accurate golfer, so that was a shame and that was a surprise. But obviously he missed the cut with an 82, and then Morikawa did make the cut and again sort of thought about climbing up the leaderboard, but never really made a move, and finished with 55 points. Which, when I picked him, you all laughed. You all said his back was going to give way. So as I said it, I kind of thought maybe that was not a great choice. But he's made some cuts for me. And
so far, he's done great.
He's doing okay, and that resulted in 155 points for the week. And I am now on 188 points, which after my 33 from the Masters feels a bit of a sting, but it's still good. We're still in good position.
Yes, when the 33 happened, we were flabbergasted.
Yeah.
We were panicking because anyone who gets that few points during a major is destined for greatness. Now, the only thing that could have happened to dampen your spirits after that first one is for you to lose drastically. You didn't lose drastically, but Team Mick it's just something happened, and Team Mick just came together and they got together on the first tee and they said, we're going to go out and do this for Mick. Jon Rahm finished second. I didn't expect him. After his performance at the Masters, I didn't expect him to play well in the rest of the majors. If there was going to be one where he was going to play really well, it was going to be this one. I think he's going to struggle at the US Open. I think he's going to struggle big time at the Open. So I'm glad to have got 40 points out of him over the course of the first 2 majors. Matt Fitzpatrick, solid as hell again. He finished 14th.
Yeah, he had a great last day to get you up.
He just
5 under, I think.
Looked great. Really, really good. Justin Rose, who came into it probably on the worst form of his entire career, 2 nearly last place finishes back to back. There's the controversy about the new irons in play. He silenced those people by finishing in the top 10, which is excellent. He knocks me out 10 points. And then my outside the top 50 pick, a man so unassuming and so humble that no one thought he was going to win a major ever in his career. Mr. Aaron Rai pops up and gives me a single point with a big green square around it.
As if your top 50 pick plus won
a major.
Yeah.
That's wild.
I didn't think that. I thought where the Masters with his 48th, I was like, that's what you're going to get out of him all year. That'll be it. He'll make the cut, but he'll get you like a T39, T45 to win. And you picked him. Think of how many people you could have picked outside the top 50. Pete's 4,000 and something.
He didn't qualify for the PGA, though, did he?
There was a lot you could pick from. But no, as you say, when my 33 came in for the Masters, the only thing that could have brought someone back into the fold was by beating it. And you did.
I did. So currently, 27 points for the week, which is wild. Particularly in a major where missing a cut is so drastic.
Huge, yeah.
So Pete has made, there's so many points added on this time around, because missing the cut at the Masters was 54 points, which is bad, but it's not the worst. Missing the cut at the PGA was 82. So on a week where missing the cut was so drastically bad for you, 27 points of the week is just unbelievable. And it's put me at the top of the table now. I'm 1-3-4 over the course of the 2 majors. I have to admit that I haven't filled the cupboard from last year.
No,
not yet. Although I should have done it before the Masters happened. When I am ready to do it, I will make sure it's doubly good because obviously I've left it 2 months more than I should have done. But yes, that's how the major picks pinks. The major picks are stacking up over the course of the first 2 majors of the year. The PGA Champs was either fun to watch or really frustrating to watch, depending on how things were going for you. We're looking forward to the US Open now.
Yeah, PGA always feels like a bit of a dump squid. Like, you got to get through it to get to the Masters. Kicks you off, and then I love the US Open and the Open. I think the Open is probably actually my favourite, so can't wait for that to come around. And they come around thick and fast now, which is great. They just every month, boom, boom, boom. But yeah, so as Mick said, so he's leading on 134. I am now second with 188. Kieran is third with 276, and Pete is struggling. I don't know. He's in the Marinir trench of this.
He's deep.
He is 420 points
For 2 majors.
So
if you add all of Mick's points and all of Kieran's points together, you still don't get to Pete's score.
Wow.
ouch. So there you go. Do we have anything else to talk about?
I don't think so. What's happening? Pete's playing in the Your Golf Tour thing right now.
Yep. Do you want to say? Do you want to congrats on Nicholas Colsaerts on his career?
Yeah, Nicholas Colsaerts is retiring.
He's
a Ryder Cup legend.
He is a Ryder Cup legend.
King of the Thunderclap.
Retiring in front of his home crowd at this week's Soudal Open
In Belgium.
in Belgium.
That's amazing. And Lottie Woad won again.
She did. Yeah, she did.
Wow.
Second LPGA win. She's good.
She's going
to be on the Solheim Cup team.
She whacks the ball exactly where she wants.
Lovely. Well, thank you everyone for listening. Thank you anyone who was watching, and thanks to the members who got the little pre-chat before this episode. If you want to become a member, please check down below. There'll be some more interesting stuff coming up, as Mick alluded to. We'll show you all the behind the scenes of the podcast studio and the office coming together. And yeah, thank you, David. Thank you for coming in. It's always good to have you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you, Mick. It's fine that you're here.
I also didn't get the memo about the hoodies either. I would have.
No, yeah, Finch Golf Media hoodies. Get yours now. No, you can't.
You can't. You cannot. You will never be able to get them.
I wore mine out the other day, and I got stopped by someone.
Oh,
Really?
God.
Yeah.
Well, they didn't recognise you, but they recognised the hoodie.
Well, no, I think they
Read
tapped
it.
me and then turned around and.
They were like, you're not Pierre Finch.
Oh my god.
Oh my God, are you Jacob? Is that what they said? Did they say you're Kieran?
I heard
Are you
about the
Kieran?
playoff.
He's
They
like,
always say, are you-
you got taller. I was like, no, that's the other one.
That's the other guy.
Yeah, perfect. Next episode could either be Pete and some of the guys that he is chilling out in Alabama with. So they might be having a good chat about Your Golf Tour or just other bits and pieces. Or you may be joined by us Fuels again. I don't know.
Yeah, he said he took some microphones with him.
Yeah, this is on him. This if you see Peter Finch's face on the podcast next week, or you hear his dulcet tones, that is a indicator on how hard he works.
Yeah, that's if he gives a If Pete cares, you'll hear him next week. If he doesn't, podcast might be cancelled forever.
Cool.
Sick of it.
Let's go and do our actual day jobs, I guess.
Yeah, I'm going to go and finish the first 9 holes of the match that I'm doing.
Perfect.
David's going to sign some insane brand deals, and you're going to make sure we're on the right place at the right time, holding the right cameras.
Perfect. Cool.
Bye,
Thanks,
everyone.
guys.
See you later. See you next week.